Welcome to Uncommon Sense, right here on SenseYouAsk.com and also TheTrueVision.com and also at the KBCNradio.com as well. We just everywhere like Savoir Fair, we're everywhere. And I'm here with Michael B. Wright Sr., Big Brother Mo Better. Big Brother, how you doing, man?
What's up there? Big Brother Rock from Stillman College.
I got Big Brother Mo Better from Payne College here.
Oh, man.
And man, we here on Uncommon Sense, where we trying to make common sense out of uncommon sense situations, because uncommon sense common sense ain't just so common these days, brother.
Nah, not in America. It's not that player.
Now I know everybody talking about the Epstein files and they talking about, hey, snap and all. I got all that. But there's a hidden layer or hidden layers, overlooked policies and silent struggles that are going on right now that we want to talk about tonight. And we want to talk about the working but homeless, the new forgotten society.
That part.
That part right there, brother.
That part.
That part right there. And compliments of my researcher.
Your Lord.
And only Michael B. Wright Sr. That boy find a story, boy. Just give him time. Give him time. He'll find your story.
If it's out there, boy, I'm going to find it, boy.
He go find it, though.
I'm going to find it, boy.
So Michael B. Wright, we got it. We talking about the working and being them working, but they're homeless. And it's like the forgotten society that people see them, but they don't see them.
That's true, bro. And that's the sad part about it, man. I guess because everybody plows through it, and they can do what it do. We all go through it.
Right.
But like you're saying, man, this is right there, live and living color. We just, again, everybody, I guess, we on our grind every day.
Right.
But you don't see just how on the other side of that fence, man. Because we mask it. People mask it,
Right.
At the end of the day, you don't know what people's struggles are because you put on a smiling face, you're blessed and highly favored and all that stuff. Yeah. But inside you're like, bro, this thing about to pop here. So yeah, it's very humbling, man.
Right.
And also a come to Jesus moment, because if you think about it, bro, we all want paycheck away from a disaster. So
you're right. You're right.
Go figure that one.
You're absolutely correct. And CBS did a actual story, and they kind of hit our backyard here, from Memorial Drive to Candler Road in Decatur, Georgia. And it was just showing us, really bringing it back to us about how many people are really homeless, but they're working.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh my goodness.
I know, right? Like I said, man, it'll break your heart, bro.
It'll break your heart, especially in these days and times we in with this administration that's in place right now.
Truly. And sad thing about it, Jay, I'm prayerful, I'm faithful, but at the end of the day, reality is what it is. And if things continue, to trickle the way they are, it's gonna get worse before it gets any better. Because the boss man told you, if the blind lead the blind,
we're going in the ditch.
A ditch is in your future, boy. I'm trying to tell you, a ditch is in your future.
Exactly. So right now, here's the intro to Employed to Homelessness. And matter of fact, Ted Koppel came out and he did this story. So let's go ahead and take a look at the intro part.
This intersection here, Memorial Drive and Candler Road, it's like you're crossing a threshold from this beautiful neighborhood, liberal arts college on that side, cafes, and then you cross over and it's dialysis centers, it's liquor stores, it's payday lenders. Other areas of Atlanta are booming, but this area sort of stayed stuck in this period of decline.
Brian Goldstone has devoted his book, which he calls There Is No Place for Us, to describing the challenges faced by literally millions of the working poor looking for a place to live. We're in Atlanta.
The poor are out here on these peripheral areas.
Goldstone has spent the better part of 6 years trying to understand why so many people who work full-time jobs with low wages are homeless.
The story we as a nation have told ourselves that hard work is the key to success, that work is an exit from poverty, not having a home, being homeless. What these people show us is that there's something profoundly not true about that story anymore.
And that's the intro right there. And like we said, that, going from work to homelessness, Brian Goldstone, he is the author of that book saying there is no place for us. And he was also in the documentary, or in the story, the news story that CBS did. And he was actually absolutely correct in how you have one side, quote unquote, of the city that looks like it's a prosperous side. But then as soon as you cross over just the street, then you see another side that shows you got dialysis, you got liquor stores, and you got poverty on that side.
That's it, Jay. And for those who grew up in, ATL, born and raised, it's normal for us. It's sad to
Right.
say that it's normal for us, that we know the streets. Once you cross over Glenwood, know
Right.
where you,
Right.
that's the part of that, man. And it brings up another issue, man, which is planning and zoning.
Yes.
You cross over a certain area, man, you don't see kidney dialysis and stuff
No.
like that. So
Mm-mm.
that's another issue that I hope we get into tonight. But that's, like you said, man, just this introduction to kind of let you know we're getting ready to get into that player.
Yeah, player. Yeah, player. And also, man, it's really, for us, I know it was like we're so immune to it. It's like it's normal to us. And it's not like really something special to us until we really take a look at it and really see, man, this is why is nobody talking about this right here?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the thing about it is, if you grew up in it, this
Yep.
is your reality,
Yep.
So it's sad to say it's normal until it's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that's what it is. It's just normal to you. Like we grew up not having a silver spoon in our mouth, but we never said we were poor.
Right.
So making ends meet and stretching something 6 days a week, like that's easy. I mean, because it's normal to us.
Right. Right.
So that, I think that's the issue, man, that we have normalized certain things that should not be normal.
Exactly.
And it will stay normal until it becomes abnormal.
Right.
Until it is that you work in a full-time job, but you can't find a place to stay. But again, for a lot of folks, man, it's normal, and it should be abnormal by now, man.
Right. It should be. It should be. Like this first story. The lady's name was Celeste in the story. They changed her name because of privacy.
Right.
And it talks about how she was in this extended stay, but it also talks about how she was also a survivor of cancer. So, and then she had 8 children to go along with that. So, woo, okay.
That sister was in it, boy.
She was in it, Doc. She was in it. You talking about in it? She was in it, Doc. So let's go to that beautiful beam footage and check out that particular story.
Celeste has been known to work 2 and 3 jobs at a time to support her 8 children. All but 1 are now adults. She's inspected boxes at a warehouse, worked at a fast food restaurant, even sold plates of food from her room. She is resourceful.
I was working in a corner store from the time I was 10 years old. It always gave me like a sense of pride to do a good job at whatever I'm doing.
If she doesn't have a car, she'll walk to work. Sometimes that boils down to cleaning and tidying up a convenience shop. Just surviving is a constant struggle.
Because at one point, my car was my roof. I slept in my car for a month.
With the kids?
Yeah.
That's got to be tough.
It was.
What Celeste doesn't have is a passing credit score.
I could have the most money, but if my credit score is in a 700, then you don't want me in your property.
What totally destroyed her credit score was when an ex-boyfriend set fire to the home that she and her children were renting.
Walking into that house was like walking into a black hole. We had nothing.
What pushed her and her children into homelessness was the fact that this home was owned by a private equity firm who demanded that she pay rent for the current month's rent and an additional month as well, and she wouldn't get her security deposit back. This was to break the lease on this home that had burned down.
The sheriff put an eviction notice in the mailbox of the uninhabitable house. By the time Celeste found the notice,
the judge had handed down a default judgment, and by that point, her credit score had been destroyed.
Which is what brought Celeste, what brings so many desperate people, to what's called an extended stay hotel. Celeste lived here with two of her youngest children for about 3 months. Now, what were you paying here?
$520 a week.
About $75 a day?
Yeah. And that's only if you book online now. If you don't book online and you have to pay them cash at the window, then you're paying the $80 a day.
Over the years, Celeste has lived in about half a dozen extended stays like this. Extended stay. That sounds so elegant, doesn't it?
It does.
Come to our extended stay.
Yes, and that's how they advertise it too. It actually says, come for a night, stay for a while.
Tell me what's wrong with the slogan.
It's a trap. A lot of the places are substandard. One of the places where I stayed, there was, you know how you put the mats down in the bathtub to cover supposedly slipping or falling or anything? Well, I pulled my mat up and there was a big hole in the tub. A lot of places have mold and mildew. They cause health problems. If you don't have them already, you will develop them.
Celeste was still living in an extended stay when things went from bad to a whole lot worse. Celeste, at one point in there, you found out you had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cancer?
Breast and ovarian.
Why didn't you go to the doctor?
Life was lifing. People who are the primary breadwinners in a low-income family. You can't take the time off to go to the doctor because me missing a 10-hour shift at work, that's the difference of me paying for my room that day. Of course, I want to keep a roof over my head, so sick and all, I'm still going to go to work.
What struck me over and over again is just how incredibly resilient you were, even after the cancer. How? Why?
Because that's the face you have to show the world. There were many nights that I just was on my hands and knees, praying and believing that God made me a promise. And I was gonna do my part because I knew He was gonna do His.
That's the situation we're in right now, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know, even with Celeste there, you know, she was paying $520 a week, huh?
That part, bro. Now ask me how much. I'll tell you this. In just 2 weeks, man, she's already paid my mortgage.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, she's already paid my mortgage, man.
Right.
Now, go figure that one.
Go figure that one down.
Go figure that one on my house, you know.
Right. Right.
And literally 2 weeks. It's literally, honestly, in 2 weeks, she's already paid my mortgage, man.
And mine would be less than 2 weeks.
See that? See, this ain't right.
This ain't right, bro. This ain't right.
You know,
this ain't right.
No.
And plus, she had 8 children.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got cancer all in the midst of it.
That part, man. And again, like she mentioned, you know, if you're the main breadwinner,
right,
you can't even take time off to see about yourself. And so you go from bad to worse. That's the reality of so many situations. And again, this is why I hate for when we trivialize certain situations, because again, we tell people to pull themselves by their bootstraps, but even like Keem told you, it's a cruel jest to tell somebody to tell a scrapless man to pull himself by his boots.
Right.
So it's that's the thing that you're dealing with. It's not just again the issues of life, but it's when you have other entities, man, that can complicate it, unnecessarily or profit off your misery. These
Right.
these extended stays, man, I know from work experience.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Bruh,
Yeah.
them suckers. Yeah, depending on where you at, man, you're never coming out of it.
And then from the house that she was staying in, they're talking about the private equity firm.
Mm-hmm.
And these
That part.
private equity firms, they come into the neighborhood, they buy the houses,
Yep.
and then they put all this astronomical rent on them.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have the first month rent, and then now it's like you got to have at least 6 months before you go in.
That's that right there, my brother. And so again, you add insult to injury, and that it's literally a trap, bro. And they know you have nowhere else to go. That's the whole point.
Right,
They
exactly.
know that they basically got you between the vice grip, and they're gonna tighten as much as they can. And what is a desperate person gonna do? If you have no alternative but this, you're gonna find a way. Um, and you get stuck in finding a way
Yeah, exactly.
every single month. You
Yeah.
find a way every single month, and say that it's a trap, bro. You never come out of that.
Why don't our legislators
Mhm.
find a way to legislate these extended stay places to where they can't charge these astronomical prices? Because you've seen what some of these extended stay places look like.
Yes, sir. But it wouldn't surprise you that most of these individuals who you say should legislate certain things actually are owners of some of these entities.
I didn't think about that until you just said that. You're absolutely correct.
I told you, boys.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
So
one of them having to be a pastor here in Atlanta. Oh, okay. I ain't gonna say.
trying to told you. Told you
Okay. Here we go. Talking
I'm
about Pandora's box.
yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
So most of your legislators, man, I hate to say it, but they are in cahoots with just like the payday lending loan, man, just like Tyler, man.
Yep. Yep.
Most of them cats are in bed with those juggers, man. If not owning the doggone company, So
Exactly.
that's what this is, bro. They know. And
Even when you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, right?
Mhm.
Now I know she stood up for, opening government and the people should have their benefits, and I got that. I
yeah,
got what you standing up for. But
yeah.
then when I look you up and you worth $53 million, I don't know how genuine is that.
that part, yeah, it's mighty funny to me that supposedly that baby went in there broke.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Now, if she went in there broke, how is she coming out $53 million richer?
Hmm. Okay.
I'm just asking, and all of a sudden you had a come to Jesus moment. Okay,
Okay.
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 After you done made your money, right?
After you done made your money, now you gonna come to Jesus.
Yeah, now you
Okay.
had to come to Jesus moment after you done made your cash. Okay.
Okay. All
All right.
right.
Go figure. Go figure.
Go figure. All right. Well, let us move on, as we say. Let us go.
That boy.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So let us go to the next one. Let's go to the next story. The next story is Rhea,
Yeah.
and she's a mother of 4 that
Mhm.
was in extended stay. And her story is interesting as well. Well, all these stories are interesting.
Yeah.
But let's go to Rhea right now.
Ria, for example, has 4 children. In the last 2 years, she has lived with her kids in friends' apartments, in her car, and most recently in extended stay hotel rooms. Hello.
This is where we stay.
It ain't a hell of a lot of room, is it?
No.
No. There's not a single closet in the place, is there?
And this is the little bathroom that we share.
You, 3 of the kids?
3 of the kids sleep in the bed.
3 of the kids.
And the oldest one sleeps down there.
He's got the best deal of all.
Yeah, I try to get one of them to sleep with him, but they don't want to. They all want to be piled in the bed with mama.
Rhea has been on her own with the kids since she left a domestic violence situation with the father of her children. Rhea says he never abused the kids. What about you?
Yes, he put his hands on me a couple of times.
Rhea eventually got a temporary protective order. No more abuse, but also no more child support.
He's not allowed to be around me or the kids for 2 years, so I can't talk to him, his family, no one. So everything is basically on me.
Rhea's 20-year-old son helps where he can, working some overnight shifts at Amazon, but she also has a 7-year-old son with major medical issues.
He was born with congestive heart failure, and he has severe asthma. I've been in and out of the hospital with him 3 or 4 times a month. I'm in and out of ICU with him.
And that makes it all but impossible to keep a full-time job. Rhea struggles to pay $375 a week just for that extended stay room, working a patchwork of part-time jobs like driving for Uber.
I think what was so shocking is that this kind of living situation is not cheaper than an apartment. It's often double or even triple what an apartment down the street would cost.
How do you explain that?
When people are desperate and those who own these properties know that there are people who are desperate, they will take advantage of that desperation.
That's it. They take advantage of that desperation right there.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
When your misery becomes my profit, why I'm trying to solve it, man.
That is crazy, man.
That part, man. And when you get down further down the line, you're going to see just how far that poor baby's in. And, you know, again, you add in insult to injury when she's leaving a domestic violence situation. And now she's at the mercy of somebody else who's doing domestic violence to her just financially. You know?
Right. Which that's legal domestic violence.
That part, yeah, that part, man.
That is so crazy.
It is. But again, a lot of these situations, man, they go on. Because if you notice it, there's a trend here. You have these young ladies, man, that put a smile on their face every single day. Again, they on the grind every single day, but you never know what's behind that smile. And I think that's so devastating to a lot of situations. And these are people like Celeste. You know, she said that she prayed every single night that God made her a promise and she was going to do her part.
Right.
This is where, again, I have an issue with certain entities. When people come to places of faith and you keep telling folks to have more faith, yet you're hollering they need to throw $1,000 seed toward your way so they can get their breakthrough. See,
I got a problem.
I got a problem. You know, so I mean, that's, you know, again, I'm not going to soapbox. We got so much more to cover, but it's just when you're looking at how many tears to this thing it is, man, and how many hits these people are getting every single day. And then when you go to the place that's supposed to be there to help you, you find out they're doing more harm to you than anything else. So it can go, like I said, man, from bad to worse, from worse to worse overnight, man.
But you want to boycott Target?
That part.
Really?
That part.
When you got a situation right here that you could do something about it, but you want to boycott Target. Okay. So, brother, would you say that most of people are pushed into homelessness?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole game, man.
Right.
It's again, and this is where the education becomes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know where you're being heard into,
Right.
if you don't know the game,
Mm-hmm.
you're playing chess. You playing checkers and they're playing chess.
Yeah.
They know how to move the pawns better than you.
Mm-hmm.
So as with anything, one thing leads to another, and that's what's going on, man. People, just like you have an algorithm to tell you what kind of video you want
Right.
to watch.
Right. Right.
They got an algorithm to tell if we set these particular things up, we're gonna get these many people to go down this route. That's what this is, man. So you got the prisoner pipeline situation, same thing. An algorithm tells you those dynamics. So yeah, it's projections, and they're banking those projections going to go right. And of course, if you create the situation and the environment for something to take place, man, just like a petri dish, you
Mm-hmm.
create the culture, you can create what kind of bacteria you want to do. Same thing with a society. You create the culture, you create the circumstances. You can basically herd people into where you want them to do because it's systematic. And the system produces whatever you want to produce.
So now is affordable housing just I guess just something to say versus to something to do?
Well, the question you ask is affordable to who?
Exactly.
So that's the question you got to ask. Yeah,
Exactly.
who? So there is affordable housing for
But
those
to
who can.
who?
Yeah, but to those who can afford it. So again, I might not say I don't want you here, but I can make a price tag that you can afford to be here.
Even
That's
though I put the title affordable housing on
yeah.
the marquee.
Definitely, because again, they'll say the market value for this apartment is $2,000 a month, right? They say that's the fair market value for this apartment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Affordable is we'll make it 1,500.
Mm. Right.
So that's the whole thing about affordable housing, and
Right.
that's again a lot of people don't understand the dynamics of just that term. If they cut off 30%, 20%, then they're saying this particular percentage is affordable housing. Well, you got 80%, you got this huge monstrosity of 1,000 apartments, but only 6 of them or 10 of them will be actual affordable apartments,
Right.
supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. And their rent is only like anywhere from 10, 20% off the rent. So
Right.
so you're like, dude, really?
Really?
Out of 10, who can afford to be here? So it's a game, man. I hate it. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a game. So let's see the wonderful beam footage on how people are being pushed into homelessness.
It's really important that we not talk about all of these families and individuals as if they're falling into homelessness. They are being pushed. This is an engineered neglect. And at every turn, there are entire business models that are set up to capitalize on their predicament.
Right there. It's set up.
John told you.
It's set up. It says, okay, when this happens, they're gonna fall right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Jay, they did the same thing to prisons, man. If you look at the prisoner model that the
Yeah.
for-profit companies did, man, they literally took a prisoner, man,
Yeah.
and they broke down from head to toe, and I mean from
Head
head
to
to
toe.
toe.
Right. Right.
How they're going to monetize that one prisoner,
Right.
that one prisoner,
And one
and
person.
and they done it systematically, bro. And so everything from the time that person was booked into county prison and to the time they get out or get sentenced or whatever, they have monetized that whole process, man. God forbid you get on probation.
Mm.
God
Boy.
forbid. So that's the same thing, man. They have monetized every single thing in that process. Well,
Yeah.
that business model flipped to homelessness. They have monetized everything as relates to quote unquote homelessness.
Absolutely.
Everybody in that man's getting a piece of the pie, except the people that need the help. That's a sad thing about it.
Exactly.
Everybody else in that model, man, is getting the check, other than the folks who really need the help, man.
Mm. Here's another story. Maurice and Natalia. And they're showing you or showing us where extended stay is big business, real big business. And this is how it's all broke down. So let's go to that wonderful beam footage of Maurice and Natalia.
Maurice and Natalia. These days things are much better. They have an apartment. Life is manageable. But only 5 years ago they were on the brink of disaster. Maurice worked for a rental car agency and Natalia for an insurance company. But when Natalia gave birth to their third child, her salary stopped.
That threw everything off. I didn't get an income for like a point in time. And then next thing you know, you're out in the street with a baby.
Because?
We were late. And I remember I begged her. She was like, do you have it now? Can you get it now? And all we needed was to get the payday. It was crazy because like my mindset was in like, it was raining. The sheriff let me sit in his car.
That still gives me anxiety. Just getting that call from work and you having to leave work in a hurry and you come home and you see kind of does something to you as a man.
Tell me.
It transforms you, it breaks you, and it will continue to break you if you allow it.
And when we get to storage, there's another family there too. And it's like, we don't say anything to each other, but we know that look.
We know that look.
And all you do is just nod, it's gonna be okay. Put your stuff in there, try to figure out somewhere to go.
When you see a family at a bus stop with, luggage, you know they're not going to the airport.
The thing that haunts me most is the black bags. The black bags.
Yeah.
You already know
the
what
trash
it is.
bags.
When you get evicted, all your stuff, well, it was black, but now it's clear bags.
When did you first realize that you really were homeless?
I was like filling out paperwork and you would hesitate. And you're like, they'll ask you where you're living specifically.
Right.
Are you renting? Are you homeowner? Or are you homeless? You sit there and you struggle for a minute. You're like, well, I have a roof over my head, but it's not mine and it's temporary. And I could actually literally be booted out tomorrow. So you check the box, homeless. That's what we are.
It was 2020 during the pandemic, and the family of 5 was living in an extended stay hotel. Natalia was working remotely, answering customer service calls.
I got flagged because of the noise, and they were asking me if I could go to a quieter spot. So I sent them a picture of where I'm at because I'm telling them I'm in a hotel. And I was like, oh, we travel to hotels all the time. You could just go over to this. Man, my bed is right here. The kitchen is right here. And that's where I'm working from. Please help me find this quiet space. I'm trying my best.
I remember just realizing this is like an expensive prison. Mm-hmm. I was just looking at the bill. My kids can't go outside. There's no playground. We gotta keep the curtains closed because people walk through the hotels, they can look into your room, so there's no privacy.
In 8 months, they spent $17,000 on the extended stay room.
8 months, $17,000 for a room.
For
a room.
A room in 8 months.
In 8 months,
bruh.
This is you talking about $2,125 per month for a room.
A room.
A room.
And that's just the roof over your head. That's not food. That's not gas. That's not insurance. That's not, taking care of the kids.
Right.
That's just the room, bro.
The room. And then you heard the husband say this was just like an expensive prison.
Mm-hmm. Because literally it is, man.
Right.
Like I said, I know from experience, from work experience.
Yes.
It is. Because again, you get locked into this, and there's a fee for everything, bro. I mean, a fee for everything. Depending on which one you are at, there's a fee for everything.
Mm.
It will accumulate real quick, and they are. It's just instead of like an apartment, This is a weekly situation, man. You're paying weekly.
Right.
So that's the other issue. You got to come with his money every 7 days. Go figure that one. So, I mean, your check, if people getting paid again every 2 weeks, that means you got a gap in there of a week where you ain't getting a check,
Right.
So I'm telling you, brother, it's insult to injury. You are now finding yourself in a rat race just to pay for the room. And again, I'm not talking about food. I'm not talking about the gas. I ain't talking about other stuff that comes up. I'm talking about money just for the room. And if all your money is going for the room, go figure what's going to happen next, man.
And then you can actually get caught up to where you wind up spending years at an extended stay.
Exactly. Because you have no money to do anything else.
No.
That's the trap. If all your money is going into this, then you have no money to save. You have no money to pay off debts. You have no money for any, again, for getting a savings for an apartment, saving up for 6 months, like you were saying. Some apartments have 6 months in the hole. You don't have that. So again, you are literally trapped in a situation because there is no out. Because financially, you have no wiggle room, man. None.
So you just stuck. Pretty much.
Unless you hit the lottery. like the brother did in Publix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you hit something real quick, real fast,
My goodness.
it's a trap, Jay. I mean, like I'm saying, bro, again, all your money is going to just take care of the room. How can you save? How can you pay off debt? There's no way for you to do that. All of your money is already spent by the time it gets into your hand.
And you need to make that money weekly. That's a weekly thing. That's not a every 2 weeks or every month. That's weekly.
It's weekly, man.
Or they put you out.
They can put you out. So have that weight on your head. You're out there hustling, and if I don't get this money in by Sunday, they can put me out.
Matter of fact, let's go to this beautiful bean footage of Rhea again. And she gonna break that down, how that looks right here on Uncommon Sense.
As does Rhea. Remember the single mother of 4 who pays $375 a week for that small extended stay room? A car is her livelihood right now, but she no longer has one of her own.
So I'm actually renting a car. I'm paying $60 a day.
60
Yes.
a day.
60 a day.
How many hours are you working before you just paid off that day's car?
If I go out there and drive for Uber after work, it'll take me probably like 2 or 3 hours. Depends on how the rides come in.
How many miles do you have on it?
187.
That's 187,000. It's a lot of miles.
Yes.
Yeah. How'd the tires?
Horrible.
So when the tire goes,
I have to replace them.
oh boy. When you lie awake at night, what are you thinking about?
Sometimes I want to give up.
I can understand that. But you've got children, so you can't.
My kids keep me going. It's so hard right now, I don't even know.
Sometimes when things are at their darkest,
Hi, how are you?
help comes in the person of someone who's known hard times herself. Someone like Sherry McCoy.
This is something you can drink in the morning for breakfast. It's really good.
Who has a non-profit for the homeless.
I wake up every day with a goal to help at least one person.
I love you.
Rhea calls Sherry her angel.
We are a mutual aid organization, so I reach out to our generous community, and oftentimes people donate. Sometimes they don't, and that's when we dip into the reserves of good old credit cards, my own personal ones.
What does it take to keep your family going in a week?
Between my room, my car, and all the other expenses, I'm pushing $1,200 a week.
$1,200. How hard do you have to work to make $1,200?
I'm constantly driving from 2 in the morning, and sometimes I won't sit down until 8 o'clock at night.
Could you work any harder?
If I could, I would.
That's how much it takes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
1,200 a week, doc. She's grinding, doing 1,200 a week.
A week, bro. Somebody find that baby. Oh, man, bless that baby with something, bro.
And she ain't making $80,000 a year.
But Jay, think about it, man. The sad thing about it is she's making it.
Exactly.
The sister is making at least 1,200 a week, bro. That means that sister is bringing home almost $5,000 a month.
A month.
Come on now, bro.
And still, she can't get from under where she is.
And that's the whole issue, bro. I'm trying to paint what I wish, again, I could get on these platforms these suckers got and really drive this thing home is if that sister that could have opportunities that somebody else has, and she's making $5,000 a month, and if she's given an apartment, that she's not paying $300 a week for a place to stay, that sister that could come up overnight, man. Literally, her life could change if she was just put in an affordable place, a decent place that she can take care of her family and make that same kind of money she's making now. That she'll be bypassing me and you
exactly
by the end of the year.
Exactly.
That sister's making almost $5,000 to $6,000 a month, man, just to make it in an extended stay.
As you always say, I want you to keep that same energy of $5,000, the same energy.
Same energy.
But now, instead of you giving up that money every week, I want you to have it for every month. But I want you to keep the same energy like you do every week.
That part, bro.
Man.
That
and
part.
then really put her into affordable housing situation.
And get her from on that doggone car that she paying $6 a day for.
A day.
Like I said, man.
But I commend her because this is the thing. She figured out how to make a way.
I told you, man.
And that's what we used to.
Yeah, we used to, man. Yeah, we used to.
Hey, how we gonna survive today?
That part.
We had to make a way.
And that's what we did, player. Yeah. So it's a doable thing, but it's heartbreaking, man, that knowing that if that baby just had a chance.
Just a chance.
If she just had a chance, man, doing the same thing she's doing right now, bringing home the same kind of money she's bringing home, but just put in a situation where she's like the average person that's been given a chance.
Right.
You have a decent car for transportation. You got a decent place to lay your head.
Right.
It's within your budget.
Yeah.
That baby, if she's making $5,000 a month, right, bro, in 10 months, she's made 50 grand.
50 grand in 10 months.
In 10 months, bro. Come on with it. And if that baby ain't got no debt, please. Please. 50 grand in 10 months, ain't no telling what the baby will be, man.
But then you got to kick back. Now you got to kick back and say this. Well, where's the moral compass of some of these companies that's taking advantage of these people?
You actually think they got one?
Well, no, they don't.
Okay. They ain't got one, bro. No. That's the thing, man. And it's the culture you're bred into when you come into special America. It's as long as your address is taken care of, as long as your particular, life is good, as long as you're LG, then yeah, everything is good. But that's not reality, man.
Wow.
And so you have people that have put profit over people, and that's how they've been conditioned. As long as your checkbook is overflowing, is all good. You don't care who you hurt. You don't care at what expense, as long as you're making your money.
Now, in the same county that young lady's in right now, right? Now, the county commissioner, one of the county commissioners, instead of meeting about this, This is what you're gonna meet about on Thursday, November the 20th, because I got the text right here that I'm reading from
Go on with it, Jay.
about a data center.
Get it. Okay.
That's next week's topic, y'all. Data centers next week topic.
Oh boy, y'all better wake up.
You better wake up, because even in DeKalb County,
Mm-hmm.
they talking about putting data centers in DeKalb County, making more money for the county, not you, but for the county.
Okay, first of all, the camp sewage infrastructure.
Is crap.
Okay, so y'all water and sewage situation right there won't handle a data center.
Well, Hannah data. No.
Y'all better say something, but they're the cash cow, man. That's why, again, man, people get in front of these cameras and they pontificate on all these different things. But like you're saying, the real issues that you could deal with and make a difference, you're gonna talk about data centers. You finna make Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, you finna make them more money.
Right.
You finna, and the other issue, man, you finna give all these data centers all these tax breaks.
Yes.
All these tax breaks, all these incentives to come here to literally suck your community dry of water, of energy, of all that.
Yeah.
Because data centers don't need a whole lot of folk to run.
No.
And so they're gonna come to my house, they're gonna employ jobs. How many people are you talking?
Come on now.
Come on now. Let's be real.
Most of the data centers ran by computers.
Come with it.
From
And
somebody from somewhere else.
Remotely.
Remotely.
Come on now.
Come on now.
But
see, this is the thing, right? This is the thing that I get. I get pissed off at. Now you messing with my intelligence.
That part.
Now you act like I don't know.
Well, that's the whole thing. They pray you stupid. Yeah.
they pray. They should pray not that, because I'm not stupid.
They pray you stupid. But you okay? Think about it. You got somebody sitting in the Oval Office that got their line his whole way through, and there's a bunch of people that really believe that man had an attempted assassination on his life.
Please.
There are folk who believe that. There are people who believe that Charlie Kirk got shot with a 36 AUG.
Please.
People believe that. That the shooter, changed clothes on top of a roof, jumped off with an unassembled rifle, assembled the rifle in the forest, put it inside of a box, wrapped in a towel. There are people who believe that happened.
No.
So, to your argument, Jay, you have a population of people who believe whatever you tell them.
And now you believe something's going to be in the Epstein files, which beforehand the president said, no, don't show it. Now he's saying, yeah, go ahead and vote and show it.
Because they've been behind the scenes extracting, marking out, missing documents. File 1 through 10,000 was lost. Trust me. That's not in there. Really?
Trust me.
Yeah. They didn't have enough time, man, to redact and tear
up.
So you ain't got nothing to hide yet because you didn't hit it.
Yeah. It's already hidden.
Yeah, that's what that is, bro.
Yeah.
So there's nothing spectacular about this, man. Again, the foolishness of Epstein is it doesn't bear anything.
No.
And the reason why I say that is because this cat has done enough with crypto, with the Qatari jet. He's done enough stuff just without even the Epstein files.
Exactly.
To be rung to the highest level of your judicial system.
He should be in the electric chair, right?
With this player here, you ain't never lied.
Yeah.
You ain't never lied. So that's why, again, the Epstein's is a minute point at this point.
Exactly.
because again, what these folks have done, even prior to and after, is enough to be done with this.
Right.
So what? That's why I put no credit in this man. Again, and if you really think about it, the whole issue about the House and the Senate going through this fiasco, that's a bunch of BS. Because first of all Trump's got to do is to direct the DOJ to release the files.
That's all. That's all he got to do.
That's all he has to say. Release the files. So why are we going through all this?
Do all this vote stuff now.
It's because it's a game. You know, it's and again, you have people believing that you have to go through this, that you have to have a. You do not.
You do
This
not.
Negro is the president. If he wanted to release, all he got to do is call Pam and say, "Pam, put them files out there," and
put the files out there, and she'll put them out there.
She have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
But now you want to tell folks to vote. You want to go through all these systematic stuff. Play games if you want.
Why don't you talk about that health care? Forget this Epstein file. Talk about the health care. Let's do that.
They ain't gonna do it.
Can we do that?
He told you back in 2016 he had a plan. Then he came back and said he had a concept of a plan. So I'm like, dude, which one is it? A plan or a concept?
A concept of one.
Dude. So again, bro, if you put in the credit in this particular situation we in right now, I don't know where you come from. I really don't know where you come from.
Not at all, brother. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
And again, man, these quote unquote preachers that have supported this mess, you gonna have a real issue when this thing come to bear, man.
Oh yeah, you're a real issue. Real
issues, bro. Because you propped up something in the name of God. Now, Jay, I know I got some stuff in the closet. I pray the Lord and
done forgotten.
Boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
But bro,
I hope, but bro, your boy,
you gonna pull his name into something that he didn't.
See that part right there? That part right there, bro. I'm guilty of a lot of stuff, and I probably said, but I try my best not to ever say the Lord said.
No.
But you know, to say this man is a God sent, a prophet from God, and this man is going to usher in this and okay.
You hollering, talking about you got angels from Africa if you want to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
She said, boy, she said. See, this is why I got to visit. If I was an angel and I was in Africa and somebody said I was coming to America, I'd be like, for what?
For what?
Why am I coming over there?
You know? Not in that mess.
I'm saying I got no trouble over here to deal with. Over there.
So why I'm gonna do that?
Nah, you do. So it's again, man. Again, you got 3 years of this. And sisters and the brothers in the cover that we did discuss, man. You know, they are the actual collateral damage in this situation, man, because there's no attention given to this, even inside churches, man. There comes a point where you got to stop hollering and screaming at people and really deal with what folks are going through.
Right.
It's not that people have a lack of faith in most cases. It's a situation where you're doing all the right things. Right. You know, you're just one paycheck away from a disaster. And when that thing hits, you're in a tailspin. Right. And all you need is for somebody like that baby there, man. You're making $5,000 a month. Just give a baby a chance.
This is a chance, man. This is a chance.
Just get a baby a chance. Now, if she mess it up, that's between her and the good Lord. But at least get a baby a chance. And most of these churches, if you think about, and Jay, this was back, and I know we got to go. This was back in 2090, about 98, 2000. When I was working at CBC, there was a cat that came in to the organization to talk about black wealth and And this brother went in. He went in. He said, and this went back almost 20 years ago.
Right.
He said, man, if you just take the churches in Atlanta, just Atlanta,
right,
He said every single Sunday you're depositing over $13 million every Sunday into white banks.
Mm.
And that's just the churches in Atlanta. That's
Yeah,
not talking
right.
about Cab, that's not talking about Gwinnett. That's not talking.
I'm talking about the whole state.
No, just Atlanta.
Mm.
And again, this was back, and this was quote unquote an estimate, and this was again back then. You're talking about the kind of cash that these churches are depositing. And if you would think about it, if that money was just reinvested back into the community,
Right.
that sister there would have a chance. William
But
Boyd
you can't do that though, right?
why?
Because you're spending it on buildings, which is the most craziest thing. Everybody want the biggest building with the state of the art this and the state of the art that.
Well, call Marvin, talk to him. Maybe you can change his mind.
Who?
Marvin.
Marvin fussed at a woman for not having $2,000.
Tell Marvin the question is, player.
Player, if that was me, I'm like, oh, really? You give me
boy.
my money back then.
What?
No, bro.
And Jay, I mean, again, all I'm saying is 20 years trying to build this monstrosity. 20 years.
20 years.
Can you imagine the kind of money that's been taken up to build something just sitting there as a shell versus taking that money up, man, and again, reinvesting into Detroit, by the way.
Yes.
Which, come on.
Oh.
The last thing Detroit needs is another church.
Another church.
That's the last thing Detroit needs, man.
Another church that they trying to keep that can't keep itself.
No, who can afford to? The thing about it, bro, you have nothing there. You build a conference center in a hall inside the church for what? Ain't nobody there.
Nobody there.
And can't nobody afford to go there.
No.
So it's like, come on, what's the point?
Right.
This is the whole issue, man, of understanding even those or entities that's supposed to be quote unquote there to help. You don't even know what help is and how to do it because your mind is somewhere else.
Because maybe you do it one time a year, you think, okay, that's some nice kudos for the church or whatever. Come on now.
But again, bro, it's nice. I take nothing away from that.
Yeah.
But again, all the money that we accumulate over the years, you have a church in DeKalb that sits on 211 acres. I ain't gonna say no names. You know who
you ain't got to say no name.
You know who you is. I don't
everybody know what it is.
Okay, you're sitting on 211 acres.
Yeah.
But you can't do nothing with it because all your money is going into one building.
Exactly. Your money's tied.
And so this is the thing about, again, it's not sustainable. I mean, if you look at what's happening, man, and it's not sustainable. And the people who you've always, and this is happening in my generation now, I'm seeing now that when they say that safety net is dying out, I know what they mean now.
Oh yeah.
The seniors who have literally carried political, weight, and those who've carried generational wealth weight, they going, man, and slowly but surely they're going. And this next generation, because they have no clue of that concept, that gap is getting bigger and bigger every single moment, man. Every single passing second, that gap is getting bigger.
Yes, it is.
And these churches, if you do not understand the time, you're not going to survive the next 5-10 years. It's not going to happen.
No.
And that's not saying, you cursing God's work. No. God ain't got nothing to do with it.
No.
From this, because God done showed you, I done gave you the resources, but you're not using it for what they are for.
But God even tell you, you don't even understand the time. So it's what.
Yeah.
So why should you even exist if you don't understand the time?
That's the point.
Yeah.
You have churches right now, man, that are literally closing their doors because they have nobody in there.
Right. Exactly.
And you have other churches that now, and again, I'm not damning every single church. Whatever y'all do for the good Lord, continue on. But when you have folks, man, that like this young lady here, if she's spending $1,200 a month just to keep a roof over her head and a food on the baby's stomach, where is she gonna get $1,000 from for a seed for a prophecy? Help me
Exactly.
understand.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying, bro. It's not sustainable.
Mm-mm.
It's not sustainable.
Not sustainable. Man, Uncommon Sense Podcast. SenseYouAsk.com, thetruevision.net, and also kbcnradio.com. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Join us here so we can make common sense out of uncommon sense situation. See you next week.